In this video, we are going to continue the extra practice for lesson 1.5. We're going to do numbers 7, 8, and 9. This is on page 26 in your journal. And number 7, it tells us to find the measure of angle CAD. That's this angle here. And the measure of angle BAD. One thing I notice is that there are variables in this problem, so I know I'm going to have to set up and solve an equation. I know that I can use the angle addition postulate because I have two smaller angles that make up a larger angle. So remember, my angle addition postulate tells me that the part plus the part equals the whole. So the measure of angle CAD, the orange angle, must add with the measure of angle BAD, the green angle, to equal the measure of the larger angle, angle BAC. Again, you might get to a point you might not need to write this out. But now I can go ahead and plug in the measures that I know. So I know the measure of angle CAD is x plus 15. I know the measure of angle BAD is 5x plus 57 degrees. And the measure of angle BAC, you'll notice that in this angle BAC, there's a little square here that tells us that the larger angle is a 90-degree angle. It's a right angle. So I know the part plus the part must add up to equal 90 degrees. Here's my equation I'm going to solve. I'm going to combine any like terms. I've got some x terms I can combine, and I can add 15 plus 57. So x plus 5x is 6x. And 15 plus 57 is 72. Now I just need to get x by itself. I'm going to subtract 72 on both sides. And then divide both sides by 6. This tells me that x is equal to 3. Please remember, this is not my final answer. Go back to the question, make sure you're answering the question. They want me to find the measure of angle CAD. Angle CAD is x plus 15, remember. So the measure of angle CAD is equal to 3 plus 15, since we now know that x is 3. And that gets us 18 degrees. The measure of angle BAD is 5x plus 57. So when we substitute 3 in for x, 5 times 3 plus 57 gets me 72 degrees. Now I've answered the question. All right, number 8. Ray EG bisects angle DFE. Find the measure of angle DEG and the measure of angle GEF. In the picture, they tell us that the larger angle DEF has a measure of 92 degrees. Remember, to bisect, it means to cut something in half or to cut an angle into two congruent pieces. And so this tells me that angle DEG is equal to the measure of angle GEF. These two smaller angles are equal. So if I want to know what the measure of each are, I can take the measure of the larger angle, 92 degrees, and I can divide that by 2. When I divide that by 2, I get 46 degrees, which tells me that these two smaller angles have a measure of 46 degrees. And I'm done. And the last one, ray QR bisects angle PQS. Find the measure of angle PQR and the measure of angle PQS. Remember, to bisect, like we just said in number 8, it means to cut the angle into two congruent angles. That means these two smaller angles here are congruent. So I'm going to go ahead and put one arc on each of these little angles to show that they're congruent. That tells us that the measure of angle PQR, this small angle here, has to be equal to the measure of angle RQS. Well, I know that the measure of angle PQR is 4x minus 10, and that the measure of angle RQS is negative 3x plus 130. You might have been able to just start with this equation right here, which is fine. So I have an equation. I'm going to solve for x. I don't have any like terms I can combine, but I do want to move all the x's to one side. I'm going to get rid of this negative 3x on the right by adding 3x to both sides. Going to add 10 to both sides. Divide both sides by 7. And I get that x is equal to 20. Again, remember, go back, look at the question. They want me to actually find the measure of these angles. So I now need to take 20 and substitute it back in. So the measure of angle PQR, oops, when I plug in 20 for x, I need to find 4 times 20 minus 10. And that gets me 70 degrees. Now, I know because ray QR bisects that the measure of angle RQS is also 70 degrees, right? If I were to plug 20 in here, I would expect to get 70, and you do. So I know that both of these angles are 70 degrees. So to find the measure of angle PQS is this larger angle, I can add the two smaller angles together. So the measure of angle PQS is equal to 70 plus 70, which is 140 degrees. Sorry, that kind of ran into the other problem there. There.